You need one?
Okay, well, I'm gonna call for the invocation. Beatrice,
Okay.
can you please,
Everybody
We all
stand up,
stand?
please, and just bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this gathering here, Lord. We are all here, Lord, for a plan and purpose, Lord Jesus. Lord, we know, Lord, that you will provide, Lord, with us, with prosperity, Lord. And as we go out, Lord Jesus, we ask of you to brush up our talents, that we would prove the world, Lord Jesus, what you are. In Jesus' name I pray, and everybody says, Amen.
now we're gonna call for the Pledge of Allegiance. Albert, you just made it.
You got one seat.
Oh, no, that's all right there.
Oh, there is one more seat.
Please stand, yeah, please all stand.
All stand for the
And Albert, you don't play Pledge of Allegiance, correct?
Yes.
almost.
Right time.
Let's face the flag and put our right hand to our chest. And let's all recite the pledge of allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, be seated. Oh, that's right. Oh, they're right there. Oh, you went over.
Get it from here.
Okay, we're gonna call for
Allow the men to do it.
1 minute session. Get a little, get squared away here. You just said it probably, tell me on the timer, maybe, okay, that should be good. I'm gonna call Roy. He's gonna be our Toastmaster for the day. Please give it up for Roy.
Yeah, Roy! Come on, Roy!
Welcome to everyone. It's my pleasure to be here today. It's my pleasure to be above ground today, so everybody's the winner there. For those, it's really great to see so many new people. I know Jesse, it looks like, has really been busy recruiting. Do I get the impression that several of you work together? Is that correct?
Yes,
All right. I think that you'll find Toastmasters to be fascinating and will open opportunities to you that you can't even start to imagine today. It's been just really great for my professional life. As people on the outside of different times realize that I could speak, I've been asked to MC a number of functions. They gave me great exposure, and that's what we all need in business. At least that's what I need in business.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's I'm going to go through the different positions and jobs. Those of you who are new will see that each thing is rather structured. You have an agenda, and each person will do their job. So boss, may I ask you to read our mission statement?
Yes. Toastmasters mission statement. The mission of this Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every individual member has the opportunity to develop oral communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth.
Thank you.
Get up.
We're real big on praise and very small on sticks around here. So anybody that does anything, even if it's wrong, we cheer them. You did a great job. Nothing wrong. I'm saying this reminder to always clap at everything. And that's not the sound of one hand clapping. It's got to be enthusiastic. Next, Beatrice, could you explain your role as the counter?
Yeah, I'm going to watch you very carefully when you're speaking, because I'll be listening to your filler words, the words that you use, like when you shorter words, or when you're thinking, we keep saying, and then we say and, like the way I was doing just now. So those are filler words, so I'll be watching that and keeping a record of that, so just watch it for me. That's me.
Okay, let's,
And our next job for the day is Adolfo. Could you explain what a grammarian does?
Yes, grammarian, I'm gonna be observing the way anybody speaks, and I'm gonna be giving a report at the end of the meeting, if necessary. However, my major role will be to provide you with a word of the day. Now, the word of the day is indicated behind this right there, is en regla. En regla. En regla means, it's an adjective.
Can you spell it? We can't.
En regla is, it's actually two words, but it's one word as a meaning. In other words, en regla means it's an adjective, and it is in order, according to the rules, or it's like saying correct, but it's a more formal way. As an example, I would say, we, with our Toastmaster Club, are in regla for the meeting. We are ready to start. We are in regla for the meeting. Or, I was driving when a policeman stopped me and checked my driver's license, and he said my driver's license was en regla, was in order. So that word needs to be used when we go to the table topic session of the meeting. At that point, you will be reminded about it, and if you are called to speak, which could happen, then you need to use that word within the context of the table topics session. All right, thank you.
And our next job is a timer, and I would suggest that all of you pay attention to this. You've all encountered people who speak and can't shut up. It's very important that you learn that skill. That will make people really like you. If you talk too long, they talk. So Jesse, can you explain how that works?
Yes. Okay. A speech normally is from 5 minutes to 7 minutes. Now, using this lights, when you speak and the 5 minutes have passed, the green light will turn on. Then, when you're at 6 minutes, the yellow light will turn on. And when you're at 7 minutes of speaking, then the red light turns on. Then once you notice the red light is on, then you have 30 seconds to wrap up. If you go 1 second over that, then you get disqualified from that speech. Now, evaluation. Being an evaluator, normally is 2 minutes. It's got to have to speak for 2 minutes to qualify, and it goes from 2 minutes to 3 minutes. So, at 2 minutes, the green light turns on. There you're already qualified. At 2.5, the yellow light turns on. And at 3 minutes, the red light turns on. Then you have 30 minutes to wrap up.
Second.
Excuse me?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. I said 30 minutes?
30 seconds.
30 seconds, okay, thank you. The table topics is 1 minute to 2 minutes. Green light is 1 minute. Yellow light is 1.5 minutes. And red light is 2 minutes. And then you have 30 seconds to wrap up, okay?
And our final job also with Jesse is vote counter. Would you like to explain how that works?
Sure. Can the butter's down? Okay, when the speakers speak, and there's gonna be 2 speakers, they're gonna speak and then we're gonna vote for the best speaker. And at the bottom, you have these ballots, and at the bottom says best table topic speakers. We're gonna have 3 speakers.
I think
and then
not
we have-
everyone has their ballot, Jesse. You'll have to check. I don't think everyone has their ballot.
Who doesn't
We
have
will
a
provide
ballot?
them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait.
he doesn't.
We will do it.
Okay, let me, I need one, because I give it away. So we'll pass it around. And the evaluation, also they have a ballot for the evaluator. And the rest of the tabs are here for any comments you want to give to the speaker. So that's what we use.
Great, thank you very much. At this time, as you can see from our agenda, we're actually going to get moving, and I'm not going to do a lot of the filling stuff. We're going to move because we're running a couple minutes behind. So our first speaker today will be Violi. I don't have your topic.
Civil introduce. This is my
Okay. Should I go ahead?
Yes.
Okay. I've known Violi for the past couple months. When I came here first, she was the one who just came forward and made me really feel free and welcomed here. And she's a businesswoman and been in Toastmasters for 2 years, helped pioneered the Get Club. We are called the Get Club. GET. So now today, Violi is in project number 1 with an advanced communication series. It's called Communicating on Video. So the way she's going to give her speech today is assuming that we are seeing her on television. So that's the purpose. And the project number 1, the topic is Straight Talk. That's the project. But the title of the speech is I Have a Dream. So just watch out for that. So without wasting much time, let's welcome Violi Wong.
3 minutes?
Yes, the timing is 3 minutes and 30 seconds plus or minus. So the timer, make note of that.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. I have a dream. Reverend Martin Luther King, in his speech, I have a dream. If you can remember, that was 1965 in Washington, D.C. In his speech says, I have a dream to all the people in our country to be united and live happy and equality. Did his dreams come true?
Yes.
That's right. We can all agree that his dreams has come true. I have a dream over 25 years ago. If you can imagine for a moment, I live in the Philippines in a place that there is no water, there is no electricity like this. But I have a dream. And my dream is only one thing that I can clear and picture. I would love to go to America. America, I have heard of in the Philippines, is the land of what? Opportunity. After that many, many years, now 25 years later, I am here. I live here in America for over 25 years with family. I brought my mom, my dad, my father, and my mother. So then, they don't need to live poor anymore. You can think of Philippines is a third world country that everyone there dream of to come right here in America. Right now, I have a dream. I have a dream. Everything that I asked for the last 25 years, I did accomplish right here in America. I'm very proud of that. And right now, my dream is to help each and every one of you to be happy. To be happy. If you can be happy for a moment, what is that you want it to be? A lot of people, many people around the world, especially right now here in America, is what? Bombarded with they cannot sleep anymore because they cannot pay their bills, right? They cannot sleep anymore because what? They are thinking a lot of things. Instead of good dreams, it's not what? Bad dreams. So ladies and gentlemen, I would love to help each and every one of you be happy. Be happy. If you have a lot of money, you are happy. If you what? If you are wealthy and healthy, you're happy. What is your dream? I have a dream.
Our next speaker is Bobby Canseco. Bobby is a very dedicated Toastmaster. He's actually a member of 3 clubs. His home club is the Cerritos Club 3828. He's a past area governor. He's a past assistant division governor. He's achieved the Advanced Communications Silver Award, Advanced Leader Bronze Award, and his current goal is to become a DTM before the end of this year. So may I very briefly then welcome to the stage Mr. Bobby Canseco.
Oh, Elma.
Okay,
Elma.
but before we had Bobby go to the stage, I'll be his evaluator. And Bobby Canseco is doing project number 1 on the Advanced Communication Series, Specialty Speeches. So the project number 1 is about impromptu speaking. And his objectives are develop an awareness of situations in which you might be called upon to deliver an impromptu speech. Understand how to prepare for impromptu speaking. Use one or more patterns to approach a topic under discussion. For example, comparing a past, present, and future situation or before and after. The time of his speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Just want to let you know that before this speech, we had 5 topics to choose from. Bobby had 5 topics to choose from, and he already randomly picked a topic. And his topic is about the world is a smaller place these days. No preparation. Bobby Canseco.
2008, Sarah Palin was chosen as the running mate for John McCain. One of the comments that she made was, you know, I could see Russia from out my window. And the media gang up on her and say, yeah, that's so, that was a remark, stupid remark, I said. But in reality, she just meant that Russia is so close to Alaska. That's what she meant. But the media literally took it for her word as physically seen from her window. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, the world is getting smaller these days. Is it really? Well, let us define the world. When you say the world, is it just the animals, the people, the beasts? If you take out the people on the earth, is there a world? Maybe there's a world of animals. There's a world of plants. But to us human beings, the world is mostly people. And when we say the world is getting smaller, that means we are able to communicate or see each other easily. And with the advent of communications, the technology, developments in technology and communications, it's unheard of, like, you know, maybe a decade before, that you can actually talk to somebody face to face on a smartphone. So, is it really, does that really mean that the world is getting smaller these days? Maybe. But in some context, people would say the world is getting smaller these days because you go to a function and then you meet somebody and they say, oh, yeah, I know this person, you know, we've been to the same school, we've been to the same place, and wow, what a small world. Some kind of expressions. But the world getting smaller is, what does it really mean to each and every one of us? Does it mean that we get crowded and we have to start taking stake of our place here on earth? Do we start being competitive and trying to make sure that we survive these days? I think the point here is the world is getting smaller these days, is that we should start reaching out more frequently. We should start talking to each other, communicating to each other. We have so many wars only because of miscommunication. People don't understand each other. People have preconceived ideas of certain type of people, like maybe the militant Islamic group have a different perception of the American people. They say, oh, they're so wild, they do all these type of things. and vice versa. But because we do not communicate well, or sometimes because of our values that we have developed through the years from our own culture, from our own readings, we have our own perceived notions of how people should behave. And so when we start relating to each other, we have all these prejudices. We don't have to look very far, before. We all have this racial discrimination, and thanks to Martin Luther King, now the racial barriers has maybe not completely erased, but at least it's lower. People have more opportunities now. Never before would you ever imagine a president, African American president, to even have 2 terms. But the world, as we see it now, there will be more development in technologies going forward. That's not going to change it. People keep on improving. So we would really be getting the opportunity to talk more to each other. And one reason why China was able to grow effectively, because of this development technology, it's easier for us to communicate to our factories in China. That's why some companies here are easily able to outsource those products. But take out all those communications, those satellites, those telephones, and what have you. You'll never be able to think about even outsourcing. Right now, you order an iPhone, and that iPhone, you place that order, and it is directly placed to an order in a factory in China. And they could say, and that's unthinkable. So, when you go back and think about the world is getting smaller, I think this is an opportunity to get to know each other better. And maybe one of the first thing is start joining Toastmasters, like what you are here right now. And maybe one of these days when I look out my window, maybe I can see Manila from where I am. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you. All right. At this time, I'd like to call on our timer for a timer's report on our 2 speakers.
Yes, I have. Violet took 3 minutes and 10 seconds. She qualified. And Bobby took 6 minutes and 26 seconds. He qualifies.
Great. And now at this time, I'd like each of you to fill out your ballot and select one of the 2, Bobby or Violi, as you think did the best job of making their presentation. And our vote counter will be going around and picking up those tickets from.
I am Thomas. Speak. Who's missing a ballot? Okay.
Someone not here for
And okay.
Violi. He wasn't there for Violi.
Yes, best speaker. You only right now what you're tuning in is the ballot says best speaker. It's at the bottom. I'll be collecting them.
And of course, there's a purpose behind this too. In addition to giving feedback to our members, is to train each of us to be critical listeners. If you ever gone to a presentation and it's all over and you can't remember what was said, and then you're speaking with the speaker and you can't remember what they said, wouldn't it be nice to be able to comment intelligently? Wouldn't it make a much better impression? If you have your ballots, they haven't been picked up, would you hold them up, please? telephone we have over here?
Okay.
At this point, I'd like to, if we have all the ballots collected, I'd like to introduce our table talking master, who today is Ross.
All right.
Good morning.
Good
Can I
morning.
use
Good
this? No, right? Good morning. Wow, look at all these people here today. It's warm in here, huh? Wow, Jesse had to tone down the AC a little bit, or turn it up a little bit. Well, what I want to talk about is the table topic speech. Now, table topic speech is now, when we communicate in life, you know, you don't know what you're going to say when you meet someone, right? See? So when you approach someone, what do we talk about? So we need to sharpen those skills. To do that, what we have chosen a topic. It's called table topic speech. What you have to do is I have 3 topics written down. I'm going to choose one of you to come up each time. Now, when I do that, you have a total of 2 minutes to talk on the topic I'm going to talk to you about. You don't know what it is until I tell you. Then you don't know who I'm going to call. So I'll be prepared, right? You guys all ready, right?
Yeah.
But most importantly, when that speaker's up here speaking, make sure you all smile at them. Because let me tell you, public speaking, I don't know if you heard, but it's the second most pure thing to be next to being burnt alive, right? You heard that?
The first.
Yeah. So really, when you get up here, everybody else, make sure you smile. Nod your head, right? Okay. So the first topic is, if you could have yesterday back, what would you do differently?
Mr. Table topic,
Yes.
may I speak?
You sure may speak.
Make sure that
Oh, yes.
reminded of 2 things, the time and the work.
Yeah. Now, 2 things we have to remember when we speak is the time. Keep an eye on that clock. Green light means you've gone to the 1 minute mark. Yellow, it's 1.5. And 2 minutes, the red light will come on, and you have 30 seconds to wrap up. For those of you guys who missed that. And then also use a word of the day. In regle, correct?
Regular.
I'm a foreigner, so I have to understand how to pronounce it. And in order, according to rules, and correct. It's an adjective. So use that word in your speech as part of to qualify for to have given a proper speech. Okay? So the first topic is, if you can have yesterday back, what would you do differently? Okay? Think about it. If you have yesterday back. Now, for this speech, I'm going to call one of our veteran, seasoned speakers. This way, the new people can understand what this is going to be like. So I like to call Roy.
Oh,
Everyone is fair game. There are no safe seats in this group.
No.
What's the question?
he forgot.
If you can have yesterday back, what would you do differently?
My challenge is that about 30 years ago, I learned how to never have a bad day for the rest of your life. So it isn't a matter of what I would undo, because it was already done, it was already perfect, but how I might enhance it. If I was to say, what would I do different? I really didn't take enough of time yesterday to call enough of people or talk to enough of people and tell them how important they are in my life. That is probably the greatest thing that each of us can do every day. As part of how to not have a bad day the rest of your life is to make sure that each day you give a compliment or an expression of gratitude to 3 different people. I did do my 3 yesterday, but I should have done more. If I really wanted to have an exceptional day, I would have simply made sure that I did my 6. I share that idea with you. It's been immensely helpful to me, and I really haven't had any bad days in 30 years, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Roy. I'm losing my everything I have here. Here we go. All right, that was good. Another round of applause for Roy. Okay, the second topic You guys all ready, right? You don't know who I'm calling on. Second topic is, what you have to do is you have to pick a country from other than where you are from, if you're a foreigner like me, right? And then you want to talk about your experience as a child in that country. Okay, you understand? So you pick a country, you're from the US, you pick somewhere else in the world, and you talk about your childhood experience as you're from there, right? Now you could use accents also if you like, right? Okay, for this, I will like to pick, how about James? Because he wasn't looking at me, see? And make sure, don't forget to use a word of the day.
Did you use the word?
How you doing?
Good.
Good.
My name's James, and I've been to the Philippines, but I wasn't from there. But I can imagine what growing up in the Philippines could be like. I can imagine a small little province outside of Manila. Not a whole lot of the technology that we talk about. Not a whole lot of the transportations, all the infrastructure that we are so accustomed to. It's a little place many would overlook. But growing up in such a place, I have such high hopes. My dreams are just like everyone else's dreams. I would play in the streams, I would play on the trees, and I would have friends, and we'd play rocks, and we would just have a great time together and share about our dreams. And these dreams, I don't know if it's unregular to have such dreams, but I know they're dreams about future and about growth and about life in beautiful city, meeting beautiful people, and have prosperity. I've dreamed of Manila. I've dreamed of going there. But oftentimes my dreams are shattered because relatives or friends, they would come from Manila and come to our little village and share about that there's appointments. Once they settle down in the place and try to look for work, and the people are not as nice. And then I begin to hear more stories about them encountering people that are so rude and not as kind and friendly as my home village. And I learned to understand, even in the greater scheme of things, that maybe our little province isn't so bad after all. Thank you.
Wow.
That was pretty good, huh? I felt like I was in the Philippines, I was in there. What he was talking about. It was really good. Wow.
Awesome.
Very impressed, very impressed. And he also used the word of the day that was really good. I incorporated that. So don't forget the next person I'm going to ask to come up here. Well, don't forget to use that word of the day. The next topic I like to ask is, if you can tell your boss anything without having any repercussion the next day, right? You really want to tell him something, really get it off your chest, right? What would you tell him? And make sure it's something that you really want to get off your chest. Now, I don't know if you're going to get fired or not, but you really want to tell him, right? So, the next person I want to ask to come up here, you know, you always heard the saying, the early bird gets a worm?
Yeah.
Well, because you came later, you get the worm. Your name, sir. All right, Anna, come on. Adam. Come on,
Talk about being put on the spot, huh? Good morning.
Good morning.
Or good afternoon. My name's Adam, and one of the things that I would like to tell my boss that wouldn't get me fired is, well, I worked for a bank for 13 years. I started as a teller, and I moved my way up to management. I was there for a long time. That was my career, and I loved it. I love helping people. I love what I did. I'm bilingual, so I'm able to help out Spanish-speaking clients. But the thing is that every structure starts from the top. If management is not good, then everything else falls apart. And one of the things that I would tell my boss is, you gotta understand that that everything starts with you. You have to set the example. You have to lead by example. It's not just about telling people what to do, but it's also showing them, going out of your way and setting the example. So that's basically what I would tell them. I would just let them know that, you know, everybody's watching you, all eyes are on you. So make sure that your example is worth following. So that's pretty much it. Thank you very much.
Okay, Adolfo?
All right.
Timer's report.
Okay. Roy took 1 minute and 21 seconds. He qualified for time. James took 2 minutes and 6 seconds. He also qualifies for time. Adam took 1 minute and 15 seconds. He also qualifies for time.
All right.
So John,
As a grammarian, then I must say that unfortunately Roy did not use the word of the day. Did not use. But James did use the word of the day, and also unfortunately Adam did not use the word of the day. So that means that we have our winner for table topics already as James.
So at this point, I'd like to call Roy the Toastmaster.
My least favorite job in this is being a Toastmaster, which is why I get it so often, I guess. We all get to do the things we don't like to do. Then we got to learn to like it. Okay, the next position I'd like to introduce is our general evaluator, Adolfo.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and common guests. I'm going to be the general evaluator for today. My name is Adolfo Morataya. I am the VP of Education of the club. I'm the one that prepared this agenda and keeps everything together, trying to at least. And what I'll do is I'm going to evaluate the club, the performance that we've done today. But first, before doing that, we're going to evaluate the speakers. The speakers are going to be evaluated by 2 evaluators. And first, we're going to have an evaluator for our first speaker, the only one. The evaluator is a member that has been with us for 4 months, I believe. 6 months. 6 months already, and she has accomplished a lot, and now she's able even to evaluate. So let's welcome with a good round of applause, Beatrice Yuli.
Wow. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Beatrice. I've been in Toastmasters for the past 6 months and really enjoying my time here. And I would recommend it for each and every one because it's a time of freedom. You can say what you want, no one cares. You can speak what you want, nobody bothers to judge you. And my position now as evaluator, I'm not going to say judge you, but I'm going to evaluate you. Because when a speaker speaks here, there's a criteria that you follow in our books. And these books are really good because they really program you and help you and they refine you, mold you into a great leader and a communicator and a speaker. And wherever you go, you'll shine, okay? So I hope you started the timer.
Yes, yes.
Okay, because I can't see it and I'm going to go off my timer. Yeah, so now let me talk about Violi. What she did here was she clearly presented her dream with passion, with love, emotion. And that's what we want when we want to connect with the person. And how do we do it? With passion. And we look for those things to be able to connect with someone. She had logic, she had reasoning. And she also used her words carefully. It was short, precise, to the point. And that was really awesome. Personally, I love Violi because when I would see her, she's at ease when the camera's on her. And that's what I picked up from her. So, and everywhere, you know, when she comes on the stage, you can't look elsewhere because she can hold your attention.
And that's what we need when we come here. And when we are in meetings, we need people to hear us carefully. Her appearance, what do you think? Excellent. Yeah? Ready for broadcasting. That's what I would say. Well, I'm her junior, but I'm going to take a little bit of privilege to just point out a little improvement. And that would be nothing. I'm just kidding. Yeah. That would be, I suggest, because if we are looking at Oprah's show, I was just keeping that in mind, you know. So what Oprah does is she sits down and she relaxes and with a cup of coffee to show she's so confident, right? So maybe you could just pretend. I'm just giving that kind of suggestion. But everything else, overall, I think Violi can go places, and I'm sure everyone agrees with that.
Yes.
Toastmaster.
Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you very much. Give a round of applause to Beatrice, please. Now, for our second speaker, Bobby Conseco, we're going to have our second evaluator. Let's welcome an individual that's been a mentor for our club, because he's been helping us a lot. He's a member right now, but it's been really quite inspiring just to hear him and to give us advice, and it's been very, very helpful in doing that. Let's welcome Elmer Dinosa.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Doing an impromptu speech is so hard. Imagine you're called to a table topic. It's 1 to 2 minutes. But doing Bobby's speech tonight or today, it's a 5 to 7 minutes impromptu speech, and you have to develop that speech right now, right at this moment. It started with an opening. Sarah Palin looking at over her window, looking at Russia. She got a lot of flack from the media at the time. And this sets the tone for Bobby's speech, which is, the world is getting smaller. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, remember the days when we used the manual typewriter with a lot of carbon paper just to get multiple copies? Remember those days? Or you're too young to remember those? What about those telegrams that we sent just to communicate? Those days were gone. Those days are gone. Now we have the smartphone, we have, the iPhone, the fastest way to communicate with people. And this sets the tone for the topic. The world is getting smaller. The development of technology made it happen, and Bobby was able to expound on that. How you were able to communicate fast, quick, at the tip of your finger. You get your answer, you get your information. Go to the web, go to the computer, everything is in there. The world is getting smaller. Now let us look at Bobby, how he delivered the speech. For most of the time, Bobby, I see you holding on the podium. I think maybe 85% you were holding on this little one here. It's not going to go away. So I would suggest, just let your hands move freely. And but one thing that I admire with your way of speaking is your body gesture. Those are really good. You have your eye contact. You see all. You're moving your eyes from one place, to everybody, and your ability to develop and expound on the topic you choose within a span of a minute. Those are excellent. You already had accomplished your goal, which is to understand how to prepare for impromptu speaking. You accomplished those objectives excellently. I would like to see more movement on the stage. You just confine yourself here. I'd like you to see moving from left to right, and you ended your speech by going back to your opening. Sarah Palin looking at Alaska from her window, and you looking at Manila from everywhere, or from wherever you are, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Elmer, for your evaluation, and let's give him a round of applause. Very good. All right, thank you. Now, next, we're gonna call for the timer report, please. Jesse will do that.
Yes. Beatrice took 2 minutes and 29 seconds, and she qualifies.
That was just
Oh.
made it.
Albert, he did 3 minutes exactly. He qualified for time.
All right, thank you very much. Now, at this time, please, want to vote for what you consider the best evaluator. Okay. Jesse will collect the ballots.
Yes.
Give the names.
It's, as you know, it's Elmer Vinoso or Beatrice Yu. Elmer or Beatrice.
Those who voted for Elmer, take it out.
When we're choosing, what are we basing it off of? Who we felt communicated the best? Who was within the time frame?
Well,
or who got our attention the most? What exactly is I'm brand new?
yes. All of them.
All the above?
Really, all of them, basically. Basically, if somebody called your attention, that means they communicated the best, right? Somebody did the best.
So it's Beatrice and
Or
Elmer.
Elmer.
No hard.
Anyone else? Did you vote?
Haven't.
That's such a good habit you have.
All
it's
these
for James?
ballots.
This is for James?
Oh, yes, for you.
This one.
Yeah, one thing,
Comments for you on your speech.
if you notice, everybody voted? Everybody has
They
voted?
voted?
Put their ballots in the baskets. Anybody else needs to do it, they can raise their hands, and no problem, Jesse can collect it. One more thing you notice in the ballot, there is space for putting comments if you want, you know. You can say things like, I love your speech, you have a lot of energy in your speech. I think it was great, I love it, it inspired me. Or you can say, after doing those, you know, positive things, you can also say, you can add, maybe you can enhance and grab less the, the lectern or some comment. You can add any type of comment you want, you know. The idea here is to improve in this environment. We want to be improving and we want to be progressing in that area. Now, for next part, after you voted, we want to ask Beatrice to give us a report for the accountant.
Yeah, so I did pay attention to everyone's speech. So number of ahas for Violi is 0. And number for Bobby is 0. Number for Roy, 0.
Wow.
Number for James, 0.
Wow.
Adam, you had 2 ums. You had 3 and. And Elmo, 0. So we have some seasoned people here, so good improvement.
Thank you very much. Now I'm going to give you some evaluations about the meeting. I think, if you notice, this is a nice crowd, and I think probably the largest we have since we started here in this building. So, and, but however, we want to, I think, very positive things, and people are attentive and very helpful, and that's appreciated. Also, I would say about things that we need to progress on is the Get Club, since we got started, we have had a little trouble starting on time, and we want to start on time. We want to start at 12 noon. So we started, I think, like 10 minutes late, and we want to make sure that that doesn't happen because there are people here that are working, that have compromises, so we want to make sure that we start at 12 noon. I blame myself in this configuration here. This should be a little bit clearer. Maybe we need a more something here. We're going to improve on that so that people can read the work the day better than that. And after one more thing I want to say is after the meeting is over, the guests, please remember to signing the guest book. That way we can follow up with you for this meeting or for the minutes of the meeting that you will receive, and for the next agenda. Even though if you're not a member yet, you can still receive the next agenda and participate here and enjoy the meetings and progress in the meetings, participate in the meetings too. Having said that, I would like to return control to our Toastmaster of the day, Roy.
Thank you, great job by everyone. At this time, I'd like to, looks like turn this back over to our president, Jesse, who will be presenting the awards for today.
All right. Appreciate it. We got some winners here today. Definitely want to recognize. Okay. Wow, quite a few. Good job. For best table topics, we're gonna call James.
Woo! Come on, James.
All right, picture.
Picture. Right here.
It's gonna go on Facebook.
All right, good job, James. All right, let's get up to James.
First time.
Okay, now we're gonna call for first timer. That's Adam Hernandez. All right.
Look
Got the
here.
camera.
One
We have another one there.
here.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Got it?
Thank you.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay, now we are gonna call the next first timer. It's also James.
Woo! How many awards?
Oh, another picture. Here we
He's
go.
blessed.
2 ribbons in one day.
I know.
Wait, one more.
All right. Okay. Congratulations, James. All right. Okay, we're gonna call the best speaker. Who would that be, huh?
Speakers for last.
Pioli.
Woo! Really?
Thank you.
Okay.
You good?
Got it?
Thank you.
All right, good job. Thank you. Great speech. And now let's call our best evaluator. Who would that be?
Elmo.
Elmer Dinoso.
Yeah, I know. Come on, Elmo.
One more.
All right,
name.
one more.
One more.
Yeah, hold it.
Oh, I got stuck.
Oh.
Did you get it?
I got it.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Thank you.
All right, good job, Elmer. Now, is there any comments, Adolfo? Would you like anything,
Can we have our guest to like speak for?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's say, I would say, I'm the VP of Education, like I mentioned before, and I'm here to help you in your education part and organize you in your goals that you have.
Okay.
Maybe the officer would like to introduce first, and then we can go with the guests.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
But could you please share your roles here in our
You're an officer, right? An officer.
Yes, as an officer, I am the
Sergeant.
Sergeant at Arms, and my job is to come about half hour to 45 minutes early and help set up the chairs and the tables, as well as get the flag out and the banners out. Make sure you guys all have clipboards and ballots to vote on. So that's my job. It's a highly paid position. I'm just kidding.
Highly rewarded.
Highly rewarded.
Beatrice?
Oh yeah. If you look at your agendas, you'll find my name here. It's under VP Public Relations. So my job is basically networking, just going around getting in more people. And if you should have your own businesses and you're looking for networking, this is the person to contact, right?
All right, good job. Elmer?
Hello again, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Elmer. I'm the treasurer of the club. So being the treasurer, I'll be in charge of collecting the dues. And also, if you want to join the club, then you can see me or the VP membership for the application and also for paying the dues.
How much is the membership fee?
For the first timer, it's $48. That includes the manual, I believe, right?
The two books.
Two books. If you are a first timer, you get the competent communication manual and the competent leader, the leadership manual.
And how long is the $48?
It's good for 6 months, and then when you renew, it's down to $37.
Okay, good job. Teachers?
My name is Viola Wong. I want to thank you all for coming this afternoon. It's really awesome to see beautiful people with a beautiful heart. And I believe that all of you have a beautiful dream. And each and every one of us, we can help one another. Yes or yes?
Yes.
My job is membership. Big membership, that means that I will encourage you to join our club. And we can, you can accomplish your goal. Like you have 10 speeches. If you want to showcase about your kids, your family, and that you can, or your business, or you can get more business or networking, we can help you the best we can in our Global Entrepreneur Toastmaster. I love that name. Do you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Thank you so much.
I just want to correct myself. First timer, the membership fee is $68. $48 is the club dues, and the $20 I believe is for the manual, and the renewal is $48.
The renewal is $48?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's for 6 months.
So basically $10 a month.
Yeah.
Oh, less.
One dinner or 1 month.
Okay, great. My name is Jesse Alvarado, and I am the president of Get Club, Global Entrepreneur Toastmasters. My job is to make sure the club grows and help all the officers develop themselves, whatever they need. Combined together, we have our meetings, support each other to make sure this club continue to grow, and at the same time, develop ourselves in the process and help others develop as well. That's my job. And what I'd like to do now is...
One question?
Yes.
Just want to mention, there is one more officer, and that's our secretary, but she couldn't make it today. And her job is pretty much to write the minutes for the club and to keep the roster for the club. But if you come next week, you meet her. You'll have the chance to meet. Thank you.
All right, good job. Now, what I'd like to do, just take a few seconds from each of our guests to just share with us what was the experience of being here with us today. Let's start here at Carlos Brunner. Please stand.
Do I have to introduce myself?
Yes.
My name is Carlos Brunner. I work with Jesse, and my experience was very good. I was not too sure. Sometimes I'm sitting there on my desk, hearing the meeting go on, but I can see how this in the future can not only help myself, but help a lot of other my peers as far as grow and develop our communication skills. Because I mean, we are, no matter what, we are in the people business, and you're gonna have people in your life always. So the better you can communicate, the better I think it'll help everybody in all areas. So I think it's a good thing you guys are doing, and I definitely consider it.
Well, I got picked on today. Well, I'm glad to be here. It was very interesting. I've never been in a context like this, but it's been a wonderful experience.
Great, thank you. Lady here.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jacqueline. I'm sorry?
Say good afternoon.
Oh, okay.
She said that.
My experience here today was really great. I really did learn a lot of new things. As Beatrice said, I myself say a lot and I've caught myself. I've taken speech classes in college, and our teacher also did a video as well. And I could catch myself saying and that's something that I want to take away, because it's not proper. It's not, people don't take you as serious when they see you say and it's like, okay, come on, like get to the point. So this is a great opportunity, I believe.
Good evening, my name is Damien. I work here with Carlos and Jesse. just I like the positive energy you guys provide, and to become a better speaker, I believe would help me out a lot. I'm very shy when it comes to speaking in front of people, so I would really welcome.
You're in the right place.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Robert Lopati. I do work with Jesse, and I thank him for inviting me here today. One of the main things I wanted to improve on is speaking. My ability to touch others as well as learn how to lead and stuff. I picked that up today, and it's an honor to be here. It's really good. I'm excited to see how organized you guys coordinate things, and I'm looking forward to be with you guys, man.
Tanya Allen, first time over here as well, associated with Jesse here, Alvarado, and Paulo Pierce. Sorry for my phone. This one. What I like about today's is well-organized system that you guys carry on. It's wonderful, and it's inspired me to be more organized in my life. I love what Viola speech is, and I hope one day I could come to be like her. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Margarito. What I learned here today is that not only the positive attitude, I'm sorry, by the way, I also work in this office. Not only the positive attitude, but it just keeps you thinking on your toes. Not every conversation when you come across somebody's the same, so you always gotta find a way to communicate with somebody, and I think communication is the best way. So I'd like to give it a shot too and see where it takes me from here.
Nice.
Hello everyone, my name is Christina, and I wasn't sure what was this about, but it is something that we all need, I believe. I'm not a great person to out in the open and speak out in front of everybody, but I think this would be a great opportunity for myself to do.
Good job.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. My name is Anselma Torres, and I didn't know what to expect either coming in today, but I love what I see. I love the structure that you guys have with your team here, and I could see myself benefiting from it as well. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my name is Justin. First of all, it sounds like this guy is doing some serious work over here.
Oh yeah.
He's bringing in like 10 people. But it's just a blessing to be here. Right when I walked in, Connie was showing me how to navigate. So the first thing I felt initially was just love and passion, and those things are so important, the most important of any part of speaking. So it's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited to learn more about impromptu speaking. That's what I'm really most fascinated about. So I'm excited to grow with you guys. So thank you.
Yes, my name is Adam, and I wasn't expecting this, but I was actually expecting 3-4 people here, and this is a very good supportive system that you guys have. I'm looking forward to joining. I see a lot of improvement on Jesse. I also work with him, and he's on a different level now, and I want to follow that.
Wow.
So I'm thankful for all of you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and our guest, it's about 1:15. We're looking forward to finish right on time, but I really appreciate that all of you are here. Each one of us bring a lot of value to our club, and we're looking forward to have you become part of our club. And see you next Wednesday. I do have some applications. Booklets I want to share with you.